here. Okay, there, right, very nicely. And notice that this is actually read incorrectly, false true, and all these are really very magical, isn't it? Because imagine I'm not the one typing df out 2, I'm letting somebody else update this while I'm sleeping, and the next day I got an email, df out 2 is here, updated, can you process? Yes, I just save as into the directory, run this script, done. This is how we can make use of files for communication. Okay. Now, next up is our CSV. So let's put a marker here. Okay, CSV. Not surprisingly, we're going to basically do this. Send out df, the three-member data frame, to CSV, right? So this file name, df out. Right now in this folder, we don't have a CSV file, df out CSV file. So let's do that and see. Okay, there you go. All right, so df out.csv, and it is recognized to be a Excel openable file type. So we can just directly click on it and Microsoft Excel will open it. Okay. See, it is directly read in by Microsoft Excel. And of course, from here on, your imagination can go wild. Okay, you can do formula, calculation, macro over it, and whatnot. Take full advantage of what Microsoft Excel can perform on this uh, data table, and then save as. Right. So we're going to do that. We're going to actually not make a copy of df out. Why don't we follow the suggestion from the slide? What does it say? Okay, we add one more entry. So I added newbie, right? So newbie, 15, 10.5, and false, like that. Okay, and then we save, and then we change, oh, forgot, change Seth's negative credit to 1, 2, 3. Now imagine if you're a hacker trying to help Seth to get back a good credit rating. This will be it. So we save as, okay, current file is df out. We save as the same comma delimited type that Excel is aware of, but pandas can share the same file and read back in, can understand this. All right, so we say yes and exit. Okay, we have a df2 out here. All right, so if we actually don't open using Excel, but we just peep at it using a text editor, you see that it's actually comma separated file, comma separated file. And in fact, you can also read this using read underscore table because it's a text file. But the only catch is that when your column text names contain special characters like comma. So for example, Chris comma junior. Oh, then you're in trouble because the comma will make the junior a new column value. So this is where really CSV, comma separated value format, aware kind of reader will be able to avoid. All right, so that is exactly why for CSV files we should use read underscore CSV and not read table to pretend that we can do it. So safer to just use read CSV. So next up, we try to read back in. Where's my read CSV? Okay, over here. Okay, so let's try to do that. Okay, so our df2 will read back in file name 2, where file name 2 is the same as file name, but with a out 2 here. Okay, so let's read back in. Whoops, sorry. File name 2. Well, what does it say? File not found. Read CSV. Did I say F name 2? F name 2, right? Yes. And all this is created because read table file name 2. Read table. I'm sorry about this part. Let's see. Huh? Okay, good. Why is this happening? df out. Okay, am I at the right place? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I see. It sort of cleared. Yeah, it sort of cleared the current working directory. So, well, anyway, it serves as a good sort of challenge and bug for us to solve. So let me change back to our directory here. Okay, and I need a double backslash. All right, then it should be able to see the files, right? So that's why I've cautioned you earlier on, having been bitten by this bug previously. Yeah. So now we can successfully read back in the comma separated file. Okay. And notice that our newly typed in row is intact and then gets processed accordingly. All right. Next up, our famous SLXX. So this XLSX is the Excel file. And it might be tempting, as I have also mistyped earlier on, it might be tempting to type to SLXSX or read underscore SLXX, but it's not, right? So it's going to be um, to Excel, right? So the right name is to Excel. So to Excel this thing, okay? And well, let's run it. Okay, notice this new line popped out. Okay, okay, rewind back the video and check again. Huh? This df out as xlsx pops out, and it's a new file, 6 kilobyte. What does it contain? Oh, sorry. I need to run Excel basically. So let me run Excel here. I need a new version of Excel to read that. Okay. So let me open it. Um, let's go to d:, temp file on. All right, and we read in this guy. Yes, it is fully compatible with Excel. We can successfully read in using Excel. See that? Okay. Everything is there, just like .csv. Right? So we even see bold printed column names to highlight them, and bordered, properly bordered column names. So again, as in our previous example, we can modify this a little bit. Of course, you can modify it a lot. Right, so we add one more entry, and what I did earlier on in the classroom was to add a new entry called Nico. 28, negative 52.33, true. And change Amin age to 21 so that you can buy alcohol, whatever it is. All right, then we, instead of save back into df out, let's save as. Okay. Save as. All right, so save as df out 2. Okay, save. All right, I'm done with this. Oh, I shouldn't close. Yeah, never mind, it's fine. So we have a df out 2.slxx here, and it's 9 kilobyte. And it's our turn to read back in. So the way we read back in is read Excel. Yeah. Okay. So instead of to Excel, we say df2 now is read Excel fx name 2, which is basically df out 2.xlsx. So hopefully now it doesn't suddenly change the current working directory again. Let's try and see. Okay, good. So now it is able to read back in with my new entry, Nico 28 negative 52.33 and so on, which is what I manually typed in just now. So you are now having great power to both receive and send files to any kind of users whether they are, because of server limitation, they can only exchange files using CSV, or human users who are more acquainted with .xlsx format, because by default, Excel will save it that way. And no problem, you can receive it, parse it, understand it, process it using pandas, then churn out any file format that convenient to these users, right? Okay. Now, lastly, we want to look at our HTML. So again, you check through this folder here. There is no HTML file, so we're going to produce one. We're going to use df to make a HTML file.